Good evening, Colorado. A beautiful sunset here in Colorado Springs. This is your Mortgage Solutions financial camera on Union and Montebello. Pikes Peak off in the distance, looking very majestic tonight as the sun goes down. And notice it is breezy, though. We've been dealing with gusts to about 30, 35 miles an hour today in Colorado Springs, some much stronger winds into the high country. And Colorado Springs, thankfully, not dealing with very strong winds overnight. So I-25, you should be, for the most part, good. But once you get up Highway 24 in Teller County, Park County, even 285 in Chaffee County, Highway 50 off in western Fremont County, you're hitting some very strong winds. We'll get to all that here in a second. But current radar shot, maybe just a flurry across I-70. Nothing's going to stick in Lyman or Burlington. I'm anticipating no accumulation for you folks off in Kit Carson County. Just a light flurry as that passes on by. 43 degrees right now in the Springs, 50 out in Pueblo. Temperatures were above average today, but it didn't feel like it because of the winds. So you're sitting at 27 degrees in Woodland Park, 44 in Manitou. This is going to be something to keep an eye on overnight tonight. Could be hitting single-digit lows in Woodland Park at times. I still think I put your low temperature into the teens, but it's possible your wind chill tonight fluctuates in between about 10 to even 20 below. It'll be frigid up into the high country. Wind speeds right now, you're sustained at 34 miles an hour in Florence, 22 miles an hour in Canyon City, and we're even getting a little bit of wind right now in Colorado Springs. But if you look closely, most of the strong winds are just off to the west of I-25, and that's the name of the game tonight. So the National Weather Service went ahead and issued these high wind warnings in far western El Paso County. That's for elevations above 7,500 feet. They were even talking about potentially getting wind gusts at 100 miles an hour on Pikes Peak tonight, and Pikes Peak could hit about 0 degrees, and with 100-mile-an-hour wind gust, that puts their wind chill down to about 40 below. It's going to be a cold one on the mountain tonight. 22 miles an hour in Colorado Springs, as I was mentioning, 14 miles an hour in La Junta. In classic fashion, Chaffee County, the far southwestern corner, Monarch Pass, has been gusting to about 50, 60 miles an hour already today. And Monarch Mountain was recording temperatures at about 14 degrees, so that puts their wind chill earlier today, even at about 10 to 20 below. Just frigid if you were trying to ski earlier today. Hopefully your fingers and toes still have some feeling in them. High wind warnings, though, for the entire southern half of the Sangres and even the northern half, really. The Collegiate Peaks included. Those start at 11 o'clock tonight, going until 8 a.m. tomorrow. Winter weather advisories in Park County through tomorrow morning, and just due to blowing and drifting snow. CDOT has kept 285 and Highway 9 open, so you can still pass it. Even Highway 24, you can still drive through it, but I can guarantee you it won't be any fun with reduced visibilities. So future wind gusts will knock out some time frames here. So 63 miles an hour in Canyon City, I think that's overdone. You'll gust to about 45, 50 miles an hour in Fremont County. This model run's kind of having a hard time picking up the mountains that you're sitting around. But these shades of white through the Sangres and even over the Collegiate Peaks in the Front Range just off to the west of Denver, that's upwards of 70 to 80 mile an hour gusts. 20 miles an hour for your wind gusts early tomorrow morning. Colorado Springs, yes, we could potentially gust to that 40 mile an hour mark, but again, most of the strong winds are just off to the west of I-25. But breezy again for our Sunday forecast, so get ready for another breezy day tomorrow. Even by 5 o'clock, we'll be gusting to about 30 miles an hour with strong winds into the mountains through tomorrow evening. 14 degrees in Lyman, 18 degrees out in Lamar tonight, 25 in Colorado Springs, which is actually above average. Downsloping winds is kind of a warming mechanism. It kind of feels a little cooler, though, because of the winds, obviously. 58 degrees in La Junta for tomorrow afternoon. Low 60s in Pueblo, low 50s in Colorado Springs. So warming, but it'll feel cooler because of the winds. Keep an eye on late next week, our Thursday, Friday forecast. Temperatures into the teens with snow chances. Our next legitimate chance of snow in Colorado Springs, that's Wednesday night into our Thursday. Similar story in Canyon City. Temperatures into the high 50s tomorrow, mid 30s by your Monday forecast. It's one of those weeks where we will cool off by the later half, but Pueblo, 60 degrees, sunny but breezy tomorrow with snow chances by Thursday and Friday. And as far as accumulation forecast for your Thursday, Friday, I think it's possible for Colorado Springs to get maybe 2 to 3 inches, but again, we have a ways to go until we actually get there. Of course, we'll have more news and weather.